Peace, family. It is me, Alejaibra, also known as Jay and John C. For those of people in my family and things. But I wanted to sit here in this moment, all the way from Africa, and do a little storytelling with you. The one thing that I love the most is that when I would come see Nana, I would sit at her feet and I would ask her questions about her family and her family's family and all this stuff and just get all this history. And today, Spirit just said for me to share, and I look forward to doing this. So, Granny, which is Nana's mother, was a Lightfoot. She was Indian, Native American, you know. Her mother was Native American, her mother was Native American, their mother was Native American. She was indigenous, as meaning original people to America. So Nana's mother's mother was the original people to America. Their tribe is called the Lightfoot. The Lightfoot gave birth to the Blackfoots, who gave birth to the Cherokees, who gave, so that's that line. A lot of times people reference Cherokee. The ninjas is our sons, for lack of better words. And I say that to say is that we come from a long line of free people. Our family wasn't enslaved, so we don't come from people who were enslaved. I know we hear about the slave story a lot in America, but I want to just speak about that as it relates to your direct bloodline of the Faulks that connects you to the Lightfoots. But even better, the Faulks connects you to even more because Nana's daddy folk, so the actual Faulks come from Sarasota, Florida. That's where all the Faulks come from. And then they left there, and you have some in North Carolina. You have a shitload in Philly. You have a lot in Baltimore of the Faulks. But going even deeper, the Faulks come from the Seminoles. So look up the Seminole tribe out of Florida. The Faulks come from the Seminoles. The Seminole tribes was the tribe of warriors who fought off, stayed free, helped other people get free. The Lightfoots helped other people get free. The Blackfoots is a tribe of people, of free folks and native folks. That's what the Blackfoots are that gave birth to the Cherokees. All right, so it's a mash podge of things, and we are the creators behind that. Going even deeper to that, that's Nana stuff. Granddaddy stuff. I'm going to stop this video here, and I'm going to get into granddaddy stuff so we can get the message. All right, now we're going to talk about the granddaddy folks. We're going to talk about the Shipmans. The wild and crazy Shipmans is what I would call them. They are a ruthless tribe of gangsters in the most beautiful way. You know, Frank Lucas is Granddaddy's cousin. You know, Frank Lucas is literally the American gangster, you know. Granddaddy also comes from free folks. Goodness to the gracious. And his folks helped create the Lumbee tribe. And the Lumbee tribe is, again, another tribe of free folks and natives who came together to free. So people know about the Lumbees and Lumberton and things of that nature, but they don't know about who created those niggas, and that's who we be. What else? Granddaddy folks. Oh, again, Granddaddy people also was never slaved. Oh my goodness. Me and Nana will also get into the car and we would drive to every house that she ever lived in, every house that her children ever lived in with her, house that she lived in when it was just her and Granddaddy, and she was pregnant with Junior. And this is the house I'm going to talk about now. So this house is right off of Lee Street. You know how you had that shelter that's kind of on the hill that they closed a long time ago? Wow, and Uncle Caleb once looked at this big old house on a corner. It's like this big yellow house. So if you go straight down that street and make a left, that's where this is where this story takes place. Granddaddy's folks, again, was very free. In the 1900s, when all the white folks down in Lumberton, Whiteville, Bladensboro was driving donkeys, our family was driving a Model T car. So that's, white people got a donkey, but we got a Model T car. Scooting past the ass, right? What else? Scooting past the ass. Oh, with that being said, the reason why this was so is because they controlled the moonshine in South Carolina and North Carolina. So our family was the people who controlled the moonshine. Bootleggers, rich as fuck from doing some gangster work. And then back to Lee Street. So there's a house on Lee Street, off of Lee Street, where they lived in. And so this one house is Nana's family. Then there's a house right here. It's a really big house that was Granddaddy's family. And Nana talked about how upstairs in the bathroom, all the distilling equipment was there because they were still making moonshine out of the bathtub. So this was something that our family done for a long time. Yeah, so that's my story. That's all I have. Blessings to you, family. And if you ever want to know more about your family, let me know. I have sat down at the feet of many elders in this family to learn their history and to learn who they were. So therefore, I didn't have to judge them, but I could just spend my time loving them. And I got stories for days. Peace. My message to you tonight, family, is don't walk around acting a slave, because you and those before you never were. So don't be acting like no nigga. Do better than that. But you can act like a goon, though, because a goon is nothing but the Yoruba word for ancestor. So act like a goon, you know, but don't act like a nigga. But you can talk that nigga shit because you get it. What else? Don't, now that Nana is gone, don't be acting poor. Don't have a poor spirit. Don't have a poor attitude. Don't be poor in your health. Don't be poor in your wealth. But now that Nana is gone, don't be poor, because you come from a family of abundance. And they might have had rough patches, but mystically and magically, they was always over to overcome it. Ashe. So, peace. I have to go teach a class now in Africa. And obviously it's nighttime, so I have to go to bed soon. But I love you, family.